Happy Saturday morning, DGC. Today, we're going to be hanging out talking about the ultimate grows of the past, the present, and the future, as well as just cannabis of the past, present, and future in general. But don't worry, I will not be talking alone. We are dudeless today, so I need Banner's help. What's up, brother?
Howdy. Good morning.
You're going to have to do double time, man.
Double time?
Yep, people love it when you talk.
All right.
Hey, dude. Grambo, you too, man.
Yeah, you know we got it. It's all about it. Whenever the dude's gone, I always take over comptroller duties, so we'll get through this.
I think comptrollers just pay the bills, bro.
Oh, then I'm not.
Sure.
Then I'm not taking over those duties.
Man, I don't know. I was thinking about just how far cannabis has come in general, and then how far growing has come in general. Growing used to be hard, man. No, you're pretty recent to it, right? Post grow tent.
Yeah, a little 10 years or so.
Yeah, imagine no carbon filters and no grow tents and trying to put like a little grow in your closet or something.
Or just outside, and that was your one chance for the year.
Yeah, but outside, I mean, you got a good chance. People have been growing outdoors and having success.
Still, though, he's still like, anything could happen.
Did you guys get much outdoor down in Florida? We got almost exclusively indoor.
Back in the day, yeah, in the fall, 100%, yeah.
I mean, maybe ours was, of course, it was a Mexican outdoor. Yes. But, like outdoor kind bud in Florida, no, I didn't see it too much, man. Hey, man, there's a post over Ultimate Grow, past, present, and future over on realdgc.com.
Yeah.
Yes, man. From the olden days of HID bowls, magnetic ballast, and makeshift rooms. Yeah, don't forget, one HID bulb, at least a Dowie, took 9.5 amps. Most circuits are like 10 amp circuits, which mean you were just flooring that thing 18 hours a day, man. That is
super safe.
I remember I'd pull the cord out every now and again and have a little burn mark around it. I've melted extension cords before, but it was kind of shady or using really high voltage stuff.
Well, the source of the lights was shady too. Like I think DJ Short's book, he got lights from like a gymnasium.
Yes. Yeah, my friends. Oh yeah, I guess.
Or street lights, or like parking lot street lights. That's a famous one.
Stole a street light from a car dealership, man. That's when Adam started. So I still remember hanging out like with whatever bailing wire.
You didn't just order them online with a coupon code, man.
No, and it has been become so much easier, man. So much more.
A little safer too, if I may.
And it's funny because it was an accident. They didn't even set out to make indoor grow lights. They put up these street lights with these HPSs, and all the grass started growing like double the rate. And they're like, what's going on under these lights? Oh, we can grow under them.
Yeah. Hey, why are the kids stealing the lights? If they don't steal it, they don't want it bad enough, all right?
It's an illicit soccer stadium.
Golly, man. I was just laughing. Me and Grambo were actually talking about this before, about just not even growing weed, just scoring weed back in the day. Mm-hmm. The movie Pineapple Express just so hits a nerve with me because, dude, I would hang out with people I would never in any other capacity hang out with, man.
Yeah. It literally was like the thing. Like, yes, Seth Rogen didn't really like him, but he had nowhere else to get weed.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
What was that HBO show where it's all about the delivery service? The whole show is like, dude goes to like an apartment or whatever and delivers.
Right.
And he like kind of hangs out with the person, the buyer.
I know what you're talking about.
I can't think of the name right now.
Dude, Pineapple Express, I knew that guy. I freaking knew that guy. He had the pet snake, Yeah, the snake bit me. I gotta get the fangs out.
Yeah, there's people till this day I'm still like tangentially friends with only because I bought weed from them 15, 20 years ago.
Man, you didn't really have a bunch of choice back then either, right?
You had no choice. That was always the thing when I was a bud tender. I'd always get kind of annoyed at people with the indica sativa thing. I was like, I never would sell herb back in the day. They'd be like, oh, that made me so sleepy. Or I was cleaning my house all day. There was just weed and we liked it.
Yeah, is it green?
Yeah. No was the answer a lot of times.
Yeah, I know, right? Does it have crystals on it, man?
That was later.
And I was just laughing about in the past, you kind of did worry about getting busted a little bit, right?
A lot of bit.
Yeah. Always, man. Always.
I always say I was a cannabis refugee when I moved to Colorado. I came here not to like seek improvement. I wanted improvement in my life, but I just watched all my friends get popped one by one by one. I was the last one that hadn't gotten like fully popped. I was like, we're getting out of here. And the best decision I ever made.
Probably the only one that showed up and got popped.
I mean, it was
no charges, man. I'm the Teflon grower. Baby.
My one of my best friend growers back in Iowa. His case. He hired you're gonna love his lawyer. He's a very good lawyer. Yeah. And now the Iowa State Trooper Academy teaches his case in there. So every state trooper in the state of Iowa knows my buddy John's face. And his lawyer's like, I advise you to leave.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. I don't know. It is cool that we're so winning the battle, though, the war, I guess, because dude, there's plenty of stores that you can go to get weed now. And there really isn't a huge stigma about using cannabis.
No.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I might have thunk that 10 years ago. I wouldn't have thunk that the same thing would be about mushrooms.
Well, Banner's quote, mushrooms are the new kind, bud.
Yeah, I was down in Florida hanging out with all sorts of different friends that I have down there. And one of them was like, so talking about gummies. And then they're like, can you get the mushroom gummies? Mm. And he was so excited. This guy's in his 70s. Just couldn't wait to trip out on shrooms.
Why not?
No, I guess so. It's goals for me.
The fun of stuff is directly tied to its illegality. You know, I always think like back in the day, people that they would do powdered substances off of toilets with people, right? But if I walked up to you and was like, hey man, can I have a drink of your beer? You'd be like, no. And so back in the day, you'd pass these joints around, and nowadays you just hand them out. It's like, no, you can't hit my pipe. Get out of here. Go. And here's a bong. Hit. So it's one of those crazy things about legality. It makes it less fun, right?
It is much different culture, isn't it?
Not way different.
Like I will smoke a half a joint and then put it out. And then you do think about. I know it's not the way as cheap as cigarettes are, but people now don't smoke a cigarette down there.
There's a chance that herb is cheaper than cigarettes these days, honestly.
I think we're talking about taking a trip to Michigan. And from what I've heard about that, the market down there is very inexpensive.
Yeah. Do we have any information on that? October 30th, we're going for the Halloween Michigan Mat.
Market is expensive?
No, cheap.
Oh, inexpensive.
Grambo, did you really just make that announcement?
I mean, dude said we're going. He says, Grambo, I'm getting you an air ticket, so I guess I'm going.
Yeah, I think we are going.
All right. You got it.
Banner, you want to go to Michigan?
Yeah, there's like high end though too, right?
High what?
There's like high quality too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Maybe we'll go check it out. All right. Michigan Matt's going to be our host. What I think his event is the 29th of October. Is that correct?
I believe it's the 30th. We're going
30th.
Yeah.
What month is it now, though?
I don't know.
Anyway, stay tuned. Michigan DGC will be having a meetup there, definitely. And I'm excited about it. I've been to Michigan before. Their cannabis game is strong.
Yes.
Yes.
No, on the subject of grow rooms, though, the idea that because I was newish, I'm maybe a little bit longer than Banner, just because my friends got me growing way back in the day. But I definitely grew in the era of carbon filters. Every time you tell stories about growing before carbon filters, I just go like, wow, I don't even get how that worked.
Bro, yeah, how? Me and dude were, whatever. I think we're in Canada. We're visiting different grow stores. And then we went to one place and they had a carbon filter. I'm like, what is this? And he was like, it's a carbon filter. Blah, blah. And I was like, I remember I was only dating my wife for a few months. And I was like, hey, how much money do you have in your bank account? I need it all right now. And I bought like the biggest one they had. And that was a game changer.
I see why you married her.
Yeah.
That's a big ask. Hey, give me all your money. I need something to grow drugs.
The money, man. All the money.
Because back then it seemed like drugs. It felt like drugs. When you go to a grow room, I felt a little nervous. Like, well, you got 20 lights in here? I hope everything's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it sure did. And the carbon filter made you feel a lot better, didn't it?
A lot better.
All right. So carbon filter, past, present, and future about odor mitigation. Okay. So past, before carbon filters, what did you really have, man?
That's a good question. Ozium.
Good answer. Good answer. This should be like a family.
Yeah, this is the bros feud.
It's funny, man. No, I mean, I guess you could try to cover it up, which didn't usually work so good. Yeah, I guess you're right. They did have the ozonators. Nobody ever told you that they'd ruin your sense of smell and are really bad for you. But they used to have the ionizers. You guys ever seen those?
Yeah, ionic breeze.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, I had this little one that was a little dealio that would hang and it would make ions.
Yeah.
All right, so that's past. Present is carbon filters, right?
You can't have that stank dank smell coming right out your grow. You got to take care of that. Go to acinfinity.com. You can pick up a carbon filter for them or their fan and filter combos and really pimp out your grow, guys. When you get the combo kit, and thank God to say, they're the quietest fans I have ever ran. You could sit there and actually do a podcast with this thing taking care of business. There we go with their controller. This controls your complete environmental control. Great setup, 10-speed fans, acinfinity.com, coupon code DUDEGROWS. Take care of all that odor in your grow. Back to the show.
What do you think the future is, Grambo? What's the future?
Lasers? I don't know. What could be better than a carbon filter? That's a good question, actually.
Something that doesn't need any maintenance. Yeah. I'm laughing because I remember I'm so old that they used to let you smoke back in the day at bars.
Yeah.
And they would have every now and again, if you were at like a real drinking bar, or it'd be full during the day, they would have this zapper. It was a smoke zapper. And it just every now and again, they would make these clicks.
And what's it called? An electrostatic precipitator?
I believe it is. I Googled it and tried to learn, and I still have no idea how it works. But yeah, an electrostatic precipitator.
And so that's the thing, that it's different charged plates.
Yes, you are. And look at Mr. Engineer over here.
It tracks the dust and stuff, which are charged particles out of the air.
You are correct.
And it makes this disgusting, thick, sticky film on the plates that needs to be cleaned off. So it's
no better than a carbon.
Particularly disgusting if you're using it for a cigarette smoke.
Yeah, I bet. I don't know if these specifically will work for cannabis particles, but I guess anything that's a particle it'll work with. I don't know if it'll work with odors because it's such a.
It's too. I think it needs a bigger particle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But in the future, you think they'll have something like this? It'll be like a zapper. It'll look like like a CO2 burner or something.
That's some plasma.
Plasma, bro. Laser beam.
I'll say if they do, you're going to be able to use coupon code DUDEGROWS to get a discount. I'll tell you that much.
Yes, man. Yes, man.
Yeah, plasma lasers.
Hey, what about getting seeds and clones? You want to talk about that changing? I had to go to Amsterdam to get seeds back in the 90s.
Wow.
Yeah, it was hard to find seeds, and I was freaked out about getting them mailed to me, which I probably just should have done, Told you I went to Amsterdam for 2 days just to get seeds, and customs just had so many questions to ask me going back. They're like, why did you go to Amsterdam for 2 days, man?
Just hanging out, bro.
Chicks, man. I just told them it was chicks, bro. That's all you got to say.
In the brothels.
I didn't even think about that, man.
Think of a whole red light district.
Wow. Yeah, I just got my inheritance check, man,
And now
They're like, oh, you're one of those dudes.
Maybe that's what they thought, dude.
And now you're going to the far red light district. Is what I did.
I see what you did there.
Because weed uses reds.
You made a 730 nanometer joke, man.
Is it still easy to get seeds?
Yes, I believe so. I mean, it's very easy. Do they have them at the grow stores? They're not allowed to sell them at the grow stores?
Yeah, I believe they are. They are, there's no THC in them, so they're technically federally legal. I don't know. Even though that doesn't stop people from getting in trouble for it all the time. We're talking to you, hosting platform that we're currently on.
Yeah, man. Just mind your P's and Q's, all right? Grambo, we're guests, all right?
Look, nothing but good vibes up in here. You know how we do it.
If you wear the T-shirt, Grambo, it has to be true.
Yes, in my DGC hat. Looking sharp today.
Looking good, Grambo. Looking good. All right, so what do you got? If you are, what the thing you couldn't get back then was clones. you wanted good genetics like a clone, you definitely had to know somebody.
Yeah.
You gotta have the in, you know?
Yeah, totally.
I guess still. I mean, is that the present or the future of just going to the grocery store or going to Home Depot? That's the future.
Definitely, I know dispensaries is the spot that everyone gets their clones these days. As we've all learned, you have to quarantine those things because, you know, your average bud tender makes minimum wage and they probably aren't growers. So, or the first time I got a dispensary job, everyone was baffled. Like, why can't we water the clones? The clones keep dying. And I went in and they were in peat. And I was like, oh, peat becomes hydrophobic. You need to get someone in there watering every day because they were skipping a day and then they never came back. And you kill a whole tray of clones. Management would be mad.
Sativa or indica?
Hybrid.
Grandma, I'm going to be the dude for a second, which is a perfect opportunity to shout out to AC Infinity. No, seriously, I left town for a week. I was gone for just as I don't know why I did it, but the day before I left, I cloned 2 trays of clones, put them under that AC Infinity clone system, and I'll be damned. That thing works. I filled the ridges up with water, came back this, 7 days later, and man, I had roots. So, I wish I could even take the credit for it, man, but I didn't really do anything, did I?
I will say that the plastic for the top part is nice and thick.
Yeah.
So, you know, like the regular nursery domes?
Yeah.
That thin, like it just cracks or just, I don't know, it's too flimsy.
As long as we're talking shop here, the AC Infinity clone dome is 2 pieces. Yes. So you can lift the lid off, get some CO2 exchange in there without having to get all the leaves and tuck all the leaves back in.
Yes.
Borderline brilliant, man. Borderline brilliant. Okay.
Yeah. Easier to clean too. Cause you ever try cleaning one of those nursery domes?
Yeah. I just give it to Grambo. Grambo, can you help me with this, man?
And I just buy a new one from AC Infinity.
Yeah, or you got to buy a new one. So, like, come on.
Do you think that Home Depot is going to start carrying cannabis?
No.
Not, I mean, sometime in the future. I'm talking future here, man.
No, you know how I know? Because they were not interested in recharge.
So, yeah, but I don't think I get filled.
I don't think the market is big enough for them. I think that they want products that have a bigger audience.
They tried cannabis products in there back in the day when Scott's bought Hawthorne Group. They weren't, people weren't ready for it 6-7 years ago. All right. You're a downer, man. I'm asking you, Grambo. Give me a fun answer, man. All right.
I think in some capacity they probably will. I know one of my favorite things about Denver is right around now, right around like harvest time. You know how they take like the impulse buys and they'll kind of create like things in the front for like Halloween decorations. Right around this time, you go into Walmart by my house, it is all ball jars and vacuum sealers.
That is so cool.
And the market is still vacuum sealers and ball jars.
It is harvest season. Like people grow vegetables too.
And so Walmart, they see what it is. Our arena in Denver is called Ball Arena after the jar. So the nuggets,
so
where do you put the nuggets? In the ball jar, baby.
That is so awesome.
The ball sack.
Man, we should get into just the past, present, and future of setting up your own grow. Because, dude, it was rough in the past. We were talking about the, what's it called? Having the HID lights and all that stuff. Now you got the simple kit that you just order on, Amazon or AC Infinity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is the future going to be the Phototron again?
It was an interesting transition. It's like we had the HPS started off hot, and then you'd have the one spectrum of metal halide for veg, HPS for flower, and then the ceramic metal halide started coming out, and we were all getting hot and bothered for that. And then the LEDs just squashed all that business. You could flower and veg under the same light. That was game changing.
Grambo. Oh, sorry.
Oh, so it's like 225, like not a thing anymore, like voltage.
220?
Yeah,
220 watts, whatever it takes.
No, like remember?
Yeah,
because if you want to grow before, you kind of needed to upgrade your electrical service.
Yep. And the idea with that is you can run 110 through one wire or 220, which is 2 110 wires.
Yeah.
So you split the amperage up, I guess, and the voltage up, but you split the amount of power that is going through each wire. And that's how you don't burn out your, really your panels. I've had people burn out their panels. I've had people burn out electric,
Are
extension
people still
cords.
doing that or no?
I imagine so.
We're not talking about that anymore.
Most things like air conditioners, anything that you draws high amperage
Yeah.
is usually run on 220. It's more efficient too.
But like the light, maybe it's because the light ballasts are just so much more efficient.
Yeah, if you're running 315 watts or something like that, you can plug that right into a 110 outlet.
Yeah.
But it's when you get closer up, I'd say above 600, because you're just pulling from one line. If you ever look at a service, it's got two big giants, got three lines coming, and one's a neutral, but two of those are hots. They're both 110 bolts.
Yeah.
Come together to make a 220 service. Anyway, 220 is always better if you can get it, man. Mic drop. Where's the mic?
I just think more and more things are plugged in your grow. No,
Say it again.
it seems like your grow takes more and more things that are plugged in than it used to be.
No, I don't.
No, you think same stuff?
Well, you know what? I have a magic board, so all my stuff is plugged into a magic.
No, but like just between fans, lights, humidifier, dehumidifier,
Yeah, it's a lot.
Sensors. What else you got? Lights.
It's a lot, and yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like power strips and things like that. Be careful. Look at it's the amperage that you have to worry about. A dehumidifier, a portable air conditioner, those things pull amperage. They pull a lot of volume of electrons, man. So yeah, just be careful with that stuff.
Anyways,
man. I don't know, guys. What else, man? Oh, all right. I got one last thing, man. Did we talk about like how much more powerful cannabis is now? Like the strains, past, present, and future.
is it though?
Well, let's talk about it, man. That's why we do the show, brother. I remember in 1994, I think it was. I might be off by a year or so. I think that's right. I went to Amsterdam and got seeds. And there's a statute of limitations, right? Cincy Seed Bank. Cincy Seed Bank had, I believe, the world record holder was White Rhino. And I want to say it was 21% THC and change. And that was, whoa, What, anybody have any idea what the world record holder for THC is now?
Oh, it's got to be like 55%.
It's gotta be
I think
40,
like
right?
35 is about the highest.
Should I Google, man? Should I Google? But I will say, you hear rumors of around 40, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's almost twice as much, right?
But no one says the THC. Well, people say it, but science doesn't say that the THC number necessarily equates to, how high you get or even the quality of the high.
Yeah, because I used to get incredibly stoned off 18 or 16% THC cannabis.
That's because it's not the only thing. So like comparing the two is kind of misleading to me.
Completely.
But if you need more info, you can't just compare THC numbers.
All right. So past was people were just, they gave a shit about THC, right? If you showed, I got White Rhino.
At some point, even like way back, it was definitely less potent.
Yeah. And
because it's been bred to be more potent.
Now that I think about it, it was never, and nobody had THC test kits back in the day. It was just about what got you high, what looked good.
Yeah, I'd say the past is not THC. The present is THC.
Yeah.
And I'm hopeful that the future will not be, because it's the entourage effect. As a bud tender, people they'd be like, oh, I only smoke sativas. And I'd always say, well, there's no such thing as a sativa molecule. Do you even know what you're asking for when you say that? Because what the effect is actually a blend of terpenes and cannabis. They'd go, shut up and give me a sativa.
Yeah, don't try to fix them, girl.
Yeah.
Shut up and give them what they asked for.
Learned that the hard way, Scott.
Oh, man. Dude, I tell you, yes.
Oh, sorry. And by the way, so if you're talking about the past, what about like, Morocco and Afghan, like when you're, when you're making that for at least hundreds of years, I'm sure it's longer than that. And it's all been India too. But have those increased in potency, or is it the same as it's been for? Right. So, right. And so, has it been that potent for hundreds of years then?
I think there's always been super potent extracts of cannabis, right?
Yeah. Well, those plants are I mean, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Has their potency been increasing in their landrace plants that they're using and growing every year outdoors and then processing? You know what I mean? Like traditionally?
I think Isaac Newton created BHO, didn't he? He invented it.
God bless him. The Newton method.
Well, meaning I think it's a myth that it's, that's weak. Like it's been weak in the past and now it's like super strong. I think it's a myth.
Yeah.
That's the thing about concentrates, right? You can concentrate them to your heart's desire and get them all the way down to, that's the modern BHO is what, 70, 80%, know? But I always will argue THC percentage, it means, not nothing, almost nothing.
What do you think the ultimate strains will look like in the future?
It's one of the things I always think about is, will we be those guys telling those stories of like, well, back in 2022, that's when you had the good reefer.
You had to click the light back.
Yeah. One of the things that always has to be taken into account when people tell you about weed they smoked in the 70s and stuff, my mom would always say this. She'd go, oh, the weed I smoked back in my 20s was so much better. And I always go, oh, did you feel better in your 20s? Than when you were 57? Did you? When you're hanging out with your friends and being young and good looking, did you feel better? So take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, Grambo, you got a point.
You got a point. That's a good one.
Hey, do you think they'll do GMO cannabis in the future? I mean, I know they're messing with it now. Do you think they'll I mean, yes. I'm sorry, I'm going to answer my question.
I'm pretty
There's going to be GMO cannabis
that's already
in the future, man.
That's already happening.
Yeah, but it's not really available, right?
I don't know. I remember that there were at least a couple of breeders that were definitely doing GMO stuff.
I mean, if you're going to mainstream it, powdery mildew resistant, bugs hate this.
I mean, we didn't have things like CRISPR back in the day. And CRISPR, I always say CRISPR is not a thing. CRISPR is a natural thing, the process that happens in all living things that edits genes. And then we just figure out how to manipulate the thing that manipulates genes. So we didn't invent it, but we can now manipulate it. And once people they're going to run through AI softwares. They're going to figure out what genes you turn on, what genes you turn off. There's so many genes that do so many things and so many variables. It's almost impossible for a human to do that. But in the future, I think for sure.
A CRISPR is genetic scissor.
Yes.
You go in and you cut things out and either break things or make them work. That's crazy.
Fortunately or unfortunately, if it's going to make money, it's probably going to happen.
Well, the cannabis that gets you really high but doesn't smell at Home Depot. Your neighbors won't hate you.
Or, I mean, cold tolerance and bug resistance, definitely a thing.
Huge, man.
Of course, right? I mean, that you're saving, you're making more money.
Yeah, auto
so
flower.
There's an incentive to do that, like I said, fortunately or unfortunately.
I don't know, Grambo, you think you'll see it?
Oh, for sure. It's not even a question. It's just like how we all stood up at 20 years ago and said, I'll never be the cell phone guy. I hate these cell phone people. And then eventually it just wears you down. It's just it's everywhere. The early adopters they're all safe. So once it's kind of proven you're smoking a lot of that GMO bud, and I guess it is still GMO if you do a CRISPR style. What was the old GMO styles? I don't even know that they weird chemicals.
You would breed it. You would actually genetically modify it by taking something from wherever, Jamaica, and crossing it with something from Afghanistan that would normally never happen, but you genetically modified it by bringing them together.
I don't know. Do you think that people just get farther and farther from the plant as it becomes more and more processed? I mean, is less and less interest in, let's say, flower?
Is that bad, though? I just want people using cannabis,
Well, that's what I mean. But are you then, is it morphing into something else where it used to be, or now, let's say it's a natural kind of product, you're having dried flowers and that's it?
Yeah.
Well, and then what if, it's ultra processed? Does it become something different?
Yes, it definitely does.
Do you want that?
I mean, I don't know. That's us being the old guys. Back in my day, we'd smoke flower.
Do you believe that the processing is going to make it better than it was naturally?
I don't know, but think about trying to explain to your kids. Like my dad used to smoke it with the fiber and the stuff they make rope out of. And, I don't know. It was weird back in the day,
That's funny. I remember the first time I grew plants, I dried it. It's we always knew it was a flower. I knew it was a plant. But when you actually grow a plant, it's dude, we're just smoking grass. That's a literal thing. It really hit me hard. I never really thought of it. It's literally a plant, and we smoke it.
The kids, get off the grass.
With your laser dabs.
All right, come on. One last reminisce, man. All right. One last past, present, future, man, which is consumption. Because, dude, I remember having a little metal pipe. It had a little chamber in the middle where you would resonate one of your buds. Man.
Oh, yeah.
Chamber buds.
If your buddy was really cool and didn't live with his, even if he did live with his parents, he might have a graphics bong, man, like hidden somewhere.
Did you have the little top hat for your bowl?
Yes, there you go to save it, man.
Yeah. Like, you had to have the carb cut. Yeah,
Yes.
that logo is very nostalgic to me.
Oh my God, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, graphics bong, the little wire pull stem.
Forgot about that.
Yes, everyone you knew, this is what we were smoking all through the 90s. A metal pipe, like Scott said, they'd be screwed together, little cap, and graphics bongs.
Yeah.
And my buddy had like the fucking $600 glass graphics bong, and it had the jester skull on it. I actually just saw it right here.
I had a buddy that had the double chamber.
Ooh, the double bubble.
Yeah.
Glass bongs were like next level back in the
Yo, that's
it was plastic.
Yeah. This was like 1995. He was stoner elite, this guy.
They also had like super sizes too. You could get like a 6-footer.
Oh yeah, the one.
That one's like 10 foot. Is that what that says?
No, 12-inch. Because the 10-footers are so dumb, man. The 8-foot ones and stuff.
Yeah, I think I had this exact one. I had the like glow in the dark green plastic one.
Metal bowl, metal stem, you know.
Wait, and then anybody else have that like curved? See, like the mouth.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just a cylinder.
I don't know. I just can't believe that I was dumb enough to put a graphic sticker on the back of my car, man.
That is hardcore.
It's a clown.
Yeah, the cops will never.
I love the link opened up to Twitter. And it says graphics hasn't posted.
We're still in jail.
We're in the 90s.
Operation Green Merch.
We're not. Oh, that was Operation Pipe Dream. Speaking of that, for real.
Wait, what? Oh,
I was going to say Massachusetts. Remember Tommy Chong went to jail for selling bongs? Massachusetts and Iowa both made pipes illegal. And so all of our pipe shops stopped, and I'd have to, it was more sketchy buying glass than it was buying weed. You'd go into weird, shady black market places, and that was a time pipes were illegal for me. That was
paraphernalia law.
Yeah.
And that was called Operation Pipe Dream. And
I definitely remember that. That was a big deal with glass pipes when they first started, because it was like going to be considered like a crack pipe instead of like a tobacco pipe, you know? Like you could get away with a corn cob pipe.
Yes.
Yeah, according to my grandpappy's pipe.
So silly. So we going from that to the present is you wouldn't really smoke out of plastic anymore, right? It would just be glass now.
Yeah.
And then to dab rigs. Dab rigs are very, I don't know. I guess
delicate.
No, very modern, you know. There's plenty of people when I go down to Florida, they're like I brought dabs with me and with the Luca pen. And everybody's like, nah, I'll just smoke the grass. Just give me the grass.
I'm always amazed at the creativity in the dab rigs, how there's always some new like tower, you know, like
double perk.
Yeah, like there's always some new gimmick.
It's an art. I mean, not only a gimmick, but it's an art, man.
Yeah, it's one of the things about I imagine it's all over, but definitely Denver weed culture is like, you know, our buddy Taking Tops. He goes around, he's got a little attaché case with foam in his rig, and he's got his Q-tips, he's got his alcohol, he's got his dipping station, and he just walks around with it.
Pelican case, bro.
He doesn't even have Q-tips. I was looking, I forgot what they were called. He has glob mops.
Glob mops,
specific Q-tips.
And it's legit. I was a convert. Glob mops, they're the best.
Shout
out to Glob mops.
It's really good though, I will say.
That's awesome.
You guys remember the first time you took a dab? Do you recall how preposterously high and how hard you coughed?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yes.
It was
a
at
big
somebody's front doorway.
Whoa.
Yeah, my buddy Greg was like, "Yeah, you haven't had a dab yet? Here, let me get you one." And I'm like, "We're in your doorway, sir."
Damn.
Sure, this is just like a bong, right?
Good shit, man.
Yeah, I remember being uncomfortable for the first time since like I was 13. I was like, I got to sit down.
Really?
Yeah, not cool. And then I coughed so hard. I coughed for like 8 minutes straight. Oh my God.
Definitely made me
red means glow, or we call it glowies for Kobe.
Oh, yes, you didn't know to cool the nail down.
So you take black motor oil from like a PVC extraction that, you know, and then you'd put it on a red hot nail, and you'd go to the moon.
We want you to come on over and join us at realdgc.com. I wanted to remind you all, membership is free, guys. We have a great growing community over there for real. Check out these groups. You can go on over there to ask a grow question, hang out and grow talk, throw down some memes. We have 4,000 active growers over there. No censorship. realdgc.com. Membership is free. Come on over and hang out. Step up and become a producer. Get those grower dividends. You'll see what I'm talking about. Check out realdgc.com. Get grow strong, yo.
And then you'd put it on a red hot nail, and you'd go to the moon.
Sorry, I'm looking for the future of consumption. And I was just thinking of something that dude's visiting. I don't know who he's visiting, man. He's visiting some family, okay? He is in the heartland of the country. And he's like, I bought my first THCA joint today.
Wow.
And THCA is just THC with a loophole. So that's just regular weed. And then, but he said he was getting talked out of it. And at the store, they were like, no, you need to try that THCP. And yes, where he's at, they talk like that. P. And it's one of those synthetic cannabinoids, man.
Wow.
It's tetrahydrocannabinol. I couldn't make this shit up.
You know, that's interesting. I got a bunch of THC vape pens. Someone gave them to the drug dealers, and I was looking at all the things on it. And yeah, I had THCV, THCX, THCO, THCP. And I took one hit of it just because I needed to know. And I got everything I needed to know. I was out. It was disgusting.
Really?
Yeah, it was so bad. It tasted so horrible.
Yeah, these things are like way more potent.
So the only reason for doing this, just to confirm, is for the legal loophole, or is there another reason for doing this?
This is fentanyl compared to heroin. You can harvest poppies and make heroin, or you can go get some chemicals and pour them together and make fentanyl. You can make THCP by, instead of growing it, you can just pour some chemicals together and make it.
So it's literally like, it's cheap.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does it cost for that crap?
Why are you thinking about getting into business?
No, I'm just curious because, like, I haven't heard a lot of people complaining that weed is expensive these days. So,
Well,
it's out of control. Out of control.
Shut up.
Oh, that's so.
Is that, I was going to say, is that
I believe
real?
that-
But it's nothing even
not
close to that is real.
Yeah, but I believe just maybe the sentiment behind it is real. You know, our good buddy has gotten into the THCA game. At least THC is still fairly natural, but
Wait, THCA is THC.
Yeah.
It's just unburnt THC.
yeah, but you have to process it a little bit differently. You know,
I don't want that.
Just unheated, man. But yeah, put it this way. I'm not freaked out that dude got a THCA joint,
No.
but he was freaked out about this. He just thought, he's so classy.
Yeah, this sounds dumb.
man, don't forget to get your THCP refill.
Jesus.
No, thanks. That's a hard pass.
That is a hard pass.
Jesus. Anyway, that's what I got about the past, present, and the future.
So what I gathered from this conversation about the past, present, and future is that the past was cool. It was a little bit rough, but it was cool. The present is amazing, and the future is going to be a dystopia full of THCP.
It seems to be the current narrative. Doesn't it, Grambo?
All right.
Well, then, I feel much better about. I feel great today. We're living in a utopia, a cannabis utopia right now. Let's enjoy it.
Grambo.
Yeah,
It's all speed up here towards the end, isn't it?
it is.
Do you feel like there is like a strong like regional cultural preference though around cannabis where it's going to change, let's say more or less in certain places? It's more, yeah, like Colorado's pretty like hip to cannabis. So do you think it's going to be on a different path? And let's say, I don't know, someplace like Mississippi that doesn't have legal weed?
Sure. I mean, you were talking about it. We've seen it. I said save it for the show because we were talking this morning. Drinking is definitely on the downturn, and cannabis consumption is definitely trending upwards. That's generational, man. So we're going to have to see some change. You're already seeing change in consumer taste.
So given the power of the beverage companies, I mean, that seems to be a strong component of the future is the cannabis beverages.
I hate cannabis.
I know
beverages.
you don't like it, but and I'm not saying I'm a big fan of it, but it seems like that is going to happen.
I don't want a slow drip of edibles. Give me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a different high. It truly is.
What if you own a bar or or a liquor store? Like
Sell clones. No, sell
in the context of people drinking less, like you're not looking for another product.
Sure. Plenty of liquor stores have a cigar room in them, or at least in South Florida they do, because cigars are really big there. So, I mean, you could diversify. And by the way, it's a walk-in humidor. They treat it seriously.
Hold on. Do they have the loophole where they can smoke and you can smoke a cigar there?
Only at my tire place. So big Cuban guys.
Back in the day in New York City, that was when they got rid of smoking everywhere.
Right.
That was one of the loopholes, was those cigar clubs, or if you were like a tobacco shop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If you had a certain percentage of sales from tobacco sales,
yeah,
you could allow smoking still, even though it was illegal everywhere else.
Give me the smoke zapper. Grambo, I know what you're Googling.
I found it in the format. What is
familiar,
this?
right?
No.
Oh yeah, come on. Neuralink is the
I know Musk. Neuralink, but the Neuralink G13 program. That sounds.
Yeah, you can order weed from it, and you just go. I sure wish I had weed right now.
In the strain, and then you can taste and experience it.
Well, there's only this one because G13 is a government strain.
Hey, that's a future for you. You get is that what you're saying? You get the Neuralink.
Get the Neuralink, yeah.
And I can dial in the strain you want, though.
Except here's the sad part. Yes, and then you don't have to smoke it. It'll just program the high in your brain.
It just tricks your brain into thinking that you're smoking it.
Yes, there's a sativa molecule in my Neuralink, Grambo. Okay.
Man,
it's getting weird, isn't it, man?
Even if that happened, people would still ask Grambo sativa or
oh, yes, they would, man. I tell you what, and in the past, I definitely used to have to hide that I smoked weed.
Yeah.
And like the 90s, people knew you smoked weed. Dude, they would throw you in he uses drugs box. His own drugs.
Scott, there's some people that can smoke weed on the job.
And some people that can't. Yeah. Dude, I was unemployable back then because I could never pass a drug test. Everything was drug tested. You wanted to go load boxes in a warehouse, it was drug tested.
Unless
you delivered pizzas.
No, unless you have a Whizzinator.
Oh, God. You're foreshadowing.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Oh, my God.
We'll get to that.
That is true.
Stick around and find out.
But they invented things like the fake penis with synthetic urine to beat drug tests, man. It was happening with you.
So does it qualify as a dildo or no?
We'll talk about it. No, it doesn't, sir.
Yeah,
anyway,
that has changed a lot. Like, I've had two interesting experiences. One was a while ago. I went to a urologist and got a vasectomy. And while the guy's doing it, he's like, "What do you do?"
Flex Grambo.
Well, just letting everybody know out there. And so he's like, "What do you do?" And I was like, "Oh, I work with some cannabis nutrient companies, like making content and everything." He's like, "Oh, I drafted the Amendment 64 laws here in Colorado."
So cool.
I was like, "That's awesome." And then I was at the dentist this week. And she, once again, what do you do? Like, and that's always the thing I say. I work for cannabis nutrient companies, doing that sort of,
I sell fertilizer.
Yeah, recharge, all that sort of stuff. And so, like, my nurse, she's doing my dental exam and everything. She's like, "Oh, you're gonna have a little bit of sore gums." And she's like, "Here's what you do: you go home, rinse some salt water, and take yourself some edibles." She said this, and I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "That'll help the inflammation. It'll help." She had a whole litany of reasons other than getting high was part of it, but she's like, "It'll help inflammation. Take a THC, CBD tincture." He's laying. This is this week. I was like, "This is awesome." And she's like 55. She's just like
hitting on you
a little bit. A little bit. She heard out of the
But the acceptance of cannabis, it's so much different now, where your doctor will tell you, "Hey, look, go home and take a couple of edibles, knock yourself out, and I'll see you Monday. We'll do the surgery on Monday."
For sure.
All right.
Like if you work in LA and you say, "I work in the industry," that means you work in film, right? But if you live in Colorado and you say, "I work in the industry," that means cannabis.
Yeah.
That's our industry, is cannabis.
And I mean, Big Pharma really has lost a lot of trust, and cannabis has gained a lot of trust, in public sentiment. No? It's all right. They'll come up with some cool synthetic cannabinoids for us, man. Squeeze us right out of the industry. Yeah, for big pharma. Man, I was thinking. I asked Google. Actually, I can't remember. It was Google to help me find a couple people that have really that you wouldn't believe with today's perspective on cannabis, what they got in trouble for and what they got sentenced to. You know, like really unjust. Is it unjust? Unjust. Cannabis. Are they refugees, man? Prisoners? I don't know. Yeah, refugees of the war on drugs, I'll say.
Refugees, I mean, you had to leave, but these wrongfully incarcerated, we'd say, by today's standards.
They had to leave. They had to leave the public, man, and go to jail. Yeah. Bernard Noble, whose case became a symbol of harsh drugs laws, walks out of a Louisiana prison. Wow. Man, this guy... I'm sorry, I'm not going to laugh. Bernard Noble became a national symbol of harsh drug laws after he was sentenced to 13 years of hard labor for carrying about 2 joints of marijuana.
No.
Yeah, he had priors.
Oh, man.
And I don't think there were violent priors. But,
well, just think about how much damage he could have done with those 2 joints.
I'm telling you, man, it's crazy. And then we had to pay to incarcerate.
And when you guys are saying that, I'm picturing like 1992 or something. 2011.
It's unfreaking believable.
That was the year Colorado voted to legalize cannabis. Like, that's insane.
You know what? Thankfully, that is still in the past. That is fairly distant past, right?
Well, for all of us with gray in our beard, unfortunately, yes, 2011 is a long time ago.
Yeah.
Wow. 14 years.
Damn, man. That is a long, yeah. Yikes. That's a long time, huh?
Yikes.
Was you going to say something better?
I was just thinking about the quantity, the 2 joints. So how many people do you think could get high on 2 joints?
Yes, but it's the difference. He must have been dangerous, man.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, what is the danger?
Oh, man.
Show me and tell me what the danger is.
Yeah, man. This other one, man. Check this next one. This is Jefferson County. MO is Missouri, right?
Missouri.
Okay. A man sentenced to life in prison without parole on a marijuana-related charge walked out of a Missouri prison a free man on Tuesday after spending 2 decades behind bars. Wow. And in 1996, he conspired to sell 6 pounds of marijuana to a dealer connected to Mexican drug cartels. Wow, man. I mean, dude, it's crazy. So I am so happy that these folks are getting out. I know it's ridiculous. They lost years or decades of their lives, but I'm hoping that it won't happen again. Hopefully the idea is that we get the vote now and, hopefully it won't happen again, man.
That would be a shame if, because like what we've been alluding to, what kind of Banner was talking about like it getting so far away from the plant. I would hate to see a day where it's like, smoke your THCP, no more cannabis. Right? The flower's illegal again, but you can still, it's like, guys.
Yeah, you could buy it from us, though.
Ugh. Man, it's so crazy.
But, whatever, at least, once again, we live in a utopia now. So, the future is going to hell, but it's great now.
Come on. Everything's cool, Grambo.
This is pre-Terminator. This is like, no Skynet. We got GPS. We got all the good stuff. Sure, our kids are effed, but that's their problem.
We're just building Skynet.
Yeah.
Grambo, relax.
Everything's a cycle, man.
WeedNet. I'm going to start a cannabinoid company called WeedNet, and we're just going to.
Not bad.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Grambo, what is going on YouTube, man?
Oh, there's so much going on YouTube. It was in fact, it was a busy week. I was very proud. I told you, Scotty Real 420, Grambo Grows, and the Dude Grows Shorts, the things we're about to talk about, all ranked in the top 10 of cannabis this month. I was very, very proud of that. Congratulations to all of us. That was pretty sick. So yeah, I'm over on Grambo Grows. I had Chad Westport on here this last week. He walked me through all these sort of crazy things. I asked him just like seed to harvest questions. What's a fact about this? What's a fact about that? When we got to cloning, he blew my mind. He started talking about, when you there's more mutation in the top of the plant, so you get more like genetic diversity. So if you want more stable genetics, you'll take it from the bottom. And I for the life of me, I can't remember right off the top of my head what he called it, but he cited these papers. And go back and watch my stream with Chad Westport if you want to check that out. You'll see me and Chad on the thumbnail being silly. And he blew my mind with this mutation of cannabis. I'd never heard it before, so it was a good one.
Yeah, the tops have too much foliage to have to support with no roots. I like going at least down the midway under the canopy a little bit, man.
But those clones will be dripping with resin.
The dripping resin, sir. That was about terpenes, man. How to max out your terpenes. And always like to tell people that terpenes are basically combinations of hydrogen and carbon.
Nice.
And you get carbon from CO2 and hydrogen from H2O, water. So, man, that's why I always talk about just nutrients being the facilitator. Those are the things that make those chemical reactions happen. But yeah, let's talk about terpenes. I don't know. Light and climate stress I came up with as far as something really important for terpenes.
Yeah.
Genetics, super important.
And then, of course, the one that you definitely can't forget, we got Dude Grows 3.0 is back, but the one that's really got us through the dark times, we knew we had the Dude Grows Grow Talk channel, all the handmade shorts over there. It's completely different than the Dude Grows show. It's completely wholly made over there, and yeah, things have been cooking.
Yeah, it's really cool, man. That one on California Sober was cool, man.
Yes.
I don't know if you want to check out any of the comments there, but there were some really good comments on it.
Yeah, it definitely hit home for me specifically because I'm very open. I had a back injury. They started prescribing me tons of Vicodin, and it got a hold of my soul. And I used edibles to get off of it. It was it was able to get like macro dosing edibles, and so I called it sober on weed. I didn't know this California sober term. I called it sober on weed, and it turns out I wasn't the only one. So yeah, California sober, respect.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. What's up with Jeffrey Wilson, man? That's why the Tavern League of Wisconsin fights legal weed in Wisconsin. Is that true?
That's interesting.
Man, you would think they would want legal weed and have people be able to drink and smoke at the tavern, right?
They just want people drinking.
They call them taverns in Wisconsin. That's pretty cool. I guess if it's cold and snowy, you're going to take the snow machine to the tavern. Is that what they do?
I think so.
Ice fishing. I don't know.
Yeah, as long as there's drinking involved.
Waterwind says alcohol is basically just yeast poop. All right.
Here you go, right under it, man. Is that Sand Rider, 1962? I agree. Alcohol is the gateway drug.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so, man. I grew up in Fort Lauderdale in the 80s during spring break. I mean, nothing with me. I had a Lowenbrow hat at 12. Somebody gave me a hot chick gave me.
Nice.
And she gave my brother a Lowenbrow. He was 18. Man.
Nice. Hell yeah.
18 is pretty young drinking age.
While we're talking about some of the DGC that help us out, you want to feature some of the comment, like the actual community spotlight from YouTube? Dude always handles the producers, so these are the DGC producers. If you guys do want to join the DGC producers, you can go over to realdgc.com, join that $10 a month. You keep me here, you keep Banner going, you keep the website going, you keep the dude rocking. It's really, really important. It really goes a long way. You get discounts, 30% off recharge and grow dots. That's a huge one. So if you want to support over there, head over there. And but for right now, we're going to feature some of the top YouTube commenters. We see you guys.
Yes.
And there's a whole bunch of new stuff. Hype this video, I'm told, is a thing. Have you heard of Hype, Scott? There's a new concept of like, it's not like, comment, subscribe, and share. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and then give us some hype. I don't even know what it means.
Raise the roof on this.
So these are some folks that raised the roof and gave us some YouTube hype over there. Who do we got?
Come on, John Lindsay. Thank you so much for the support. What is this? Kong grows 420, man. All right. That's German for Kong.
Yes.
Take the red pill grower.
The red pill grower, man.
There's a line that's better than a black pill. Be a red pillar.
What is the red pill and the blue pill? That's the Matrix. Right?
Yes.
All right. I gotta watch that sometime, man. Yes.
Now we got the Big Dabs 710.
Oh, yes, sir.
Who's rocking over there. And then one of my favorite names.
That's a good one.
Blazing Arizona. That's adorable, isn't it?
Awesome.
Man? Oh, the flick.
It's with sativa.
No.
It's just a little teddy bear.
I get it.
So we appreciate you guys. And once again, just to reiterate, dude's not here. So head over to Real DGC. You can create a free profile. We recommend, even if you don't have the funds to become a producer, come over, join the community. It's free. We got 7,000, 8,000 growers now. And I get DMs all the time saying like, hey, the community helped me. It's a real thing. If you have a interesting problem that you can't get solved, you post pictures over there and you will have half a dozen of the best growers in America at your post fixing your grow for you. It's quite brilliant.
And somebody talked to Maestro. He's been extra nice lately.
No, we can't have that. Shout out to Maestro. He's our enforcer.
He does not take crap. But honestly, that's why that site has such a good vibe to it. As we got folks like Maestro and among others, but keeping an eye on things, man. Shout out to One Eyed Cat.
So become one of the 6,800 strong. We're growing, Scotty. Love it.
Banner, you built that, man. You built that, bro.
Good luck, man.
We did. All right. I'll take the royal we. Grambo.
You built it.
You. All right, Grambo.
Yes, sir.
The universe smiled on me, man.
This was crazy. You sent this to us in the group chat, and I thought there was something familiar about him, but I didn't realize the scope of who you sat next to on an airplane on the way home.
What are the odds?
It was I don't know what the odds are, but it was.
How does that happen?
This is a guy's name. He walks in. I'm on the aisle. He's in the window. My wife was in the bathroom, and he walks in and he goes, "Hi, I'm Roger." And he shakes my hand, and I'm like, "Gosh!" And then my wife comes back, and I'm like, "What do I do?" So I said, "Hi, I'm Scott. This is my wife." And he starts talking, and my wife's like elbowing me, like, "Thanks a lot. We got 5 hours." But he starts saying, I hear him say, "Yeah, I spent 33 years in prison for marijuana smuggling." Oh, no, he just goes, "I spent 33 years in prison, just got out in 2021. And my wife starts thinking he's a murderer because she watches murder shows. She's elbowing me, man. But, dude, he goes for marijuana, mostly marijuana, some cocaine smuggling. I mean, that's how he starts the conversation. I'm like, holy crap. He starts telling me stories. He's like, "Yeah, I wrote a book about this." And I'm like, bro, I read your book, man. I fall asleep to these stories and they're insane.
Roger Reeves.
He smelled you out immediately, bro.
No, I was in my well-dressed man disguise, man, or I had the collar shirt on and everything. I didn't say anything about doing,
you just had a weed vibe about you.
And that's when it dawned on me. I was like, where have I seen him before? And I was like, oh, I remember his story when he's on the Lex Friedman podcast. And you sat next to this guy.
It's pretty popular, man.
Crazy.
Dude, the stories. This guy, okay, he shows back up with like the hat like you just came back from Cuba.
Mm-hmm.
And so he got released in 2021. And he's got some unfinished business some places.
Yikes.
Dude, he just got back from Colombia.
It says on his Wikipedia, it goes, nationality, American, occupation, pilot, organization, Medellin cartel.
Well, he did business with the Ochoa brothers, too, because he went down there trying to collect the debt from, like, I think it was 1983.
Wow.
He writes books. So I'll say $11 million he was trying to collect. He was just trying to collect something.
Oh, my God. Because if you guys know the story, just seeing the names, it's like Reeves, Barry Seal. He worked for Pablo Escobar.
Yeah.
If you don't know the story about Barry Seal, look it up. As a cannabis user, you need to know about our government was involved in smuggling and all sorts of crazy stuff, and Freeway Rick Ross. It's an insane story.
He wanted to make sure to tell me, he goes, the cleans were dirty. They were dirty. Like, he made sure that he told me that.
And you sat next to him on a plane 2 days ago. That blows my mind.
We chatted for hours. And by the way, he's older now. And he would say, like, the shit you should say really quiet, really loud. Yes.
Don't give. I don't care anymore.
Like, actually, he said to me, this is how he goes, "I invented the Whizzinator." Dude, it's his son's company now, man. The Whizzinator.
Holy crap.
The most realistic prosthetic synthetic urine device.
Yes. And to answer Banner's question, yes, it's technically a dildo.
Who else has color?
We had a good laugh about that. They don't list the colors as colors. They list the colors as race. You've got black, brown, Latino, tan, and white. That's so hilarious, dude. It's fairly expensive, dear God. But if I know people who have used this. This is a popular product all throughout the late 90s and early 2000s. I knew several people that own this.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. I have all the colors, to be honest with you, Graham.
So, I mean, that fits right. It's a big coincidence that like that fits right into our future, past, and present of cannabis. I want a world where none of my friends need to own. Oh my God. And it's called the golden shower. Get out of here. What are they doing?
This guy's insane, man.
Wow.
The guy was hard, and he would say messed up. He would just not messed up stuff, but he'd be like, hey, like, you're not supposed to say weird stuff on a plane. He'd be like, yeah, I want to throw a grenade over that guy's fence. He'd be like, I can't say that on a plane, man.
Whoa. That is crazy. And yeah, it's how rare is it to be sitting next to a guy? It's like, dude, I read your book.
Dude, he was so classic. He was like, hey, you know what we could do is fly some of that high test hash you got here over to Amsterdam. They ain't got nothing like that over there.
Yikes.
He's like making plans. So he goes, I ain't doing any less than a ton, though.
You can take the boy out the game, but not the game out the boy.
That's the truth, man. I want to see if I could get him maybe next year for the DGC Cup.
Mm-hmm.
He's like not the kind of guy that's got a home studio and is going to do podcasts, but we're friends now, man. He will definitely come here and hang out for DGC Cup, sign some books or something.
Yeah, I cannot stress how big of a deal in drug history this man is.
He is a big
It's
deal.
a big deal. Yes.
I want to say the reason he went back to collect that $11 million was because when him and Barry Seals and everybody got caught, he didn't open his mouth. Barry Seals did, and that's why Barry Seals is dead.
Ooh.
And this guy is living in Santa Barbara still.
Holy crap.
Yeah, right.
What a story. Love it. Love it. This is amazing.
And shout out, man, he's got a good wife. Stayed married to him for 35 years.
Wow.
Helped tunnel him out of jail one time.
Wow.
Yeah, except when he got to the bottom of the tunnel, there was a giant lock on the door, man. So he had to call for help. He was like, hey, my escape failed. Can you guys come get me?
Wow.
Escaped 5 times, bro. 5 times. I was like, really? He goes, you have to manage to have a kid on the outside. It was not that long.
Crazy. And speaking of good wives, shout out.
Hey,
Mrs. Real. Is that's a crazy story. I had my mind blown this morning. So I was telling you about it. I was like,
So crazy.
wait, what?
Man.
Holy crap. This is a big deal, man.
Dude, but I'm telling you, he would say weird stuff and it was loud. Like you would like, so I was in jail one time and the warden comes up and he says, please uninsert your penis from that inmate and put your hands against the wall. Like he said really loud.
He goes,
man.
that's a Wizinator.
Yeah, I was like, eesh. All right, man. But then, of course, Facebook starts showing me
What do we got
Roger
here?
Reeves. This is the kind of crap he did, man.
Yes, the no runways, no lights.
No, we have a runway.
Well,
Don't worry.
okay, fair enough. It's a grass run, dirt
He
runway.
did hundreds of those flights, he was saying, man.
Yeah, and they do it in the dark with no landing.
He's a good pilot.
He was a great pilot. I don't know. I'm not flying with him, no. He was a good pilot.
Holy crap.
Anyway, I wanted him to do some smuggler segments with us, but I think we'll have to get him down here, man. Right?
Yeah, we got to get him to the cup.
All right, so that was the past of cannabis, I guess, and the cannabis industry business, right?
Yes.
Was smuggling. Was he the present?
Is it this? Is this the president?
Yeah, baby. That's the president of the cannabis industry,
Oh my
man.
God. Why do I just get the feeling that there's spray terps somewhere in this photo?
In the bubble gun.
Oh my God.
There's spray terps that they add a little bit to the bubble gun.
Yeah, MJ BizCon 2025. And your boy will be there. I'll be hanging out.
Are you going?
I'm joining Gabe and Jaron. We're all going out there and we're rocking it. I go just to go to the Sphere. It's an excuse. They're like, yeah, you want to go? And those guys know how to party. And I love Gabe. Gabe's one of my favorite guys. After my surgery, he picked me up from the hospital. He's a real mensch, that one. And so, I went the last 2 years in a row, and the cultivation facility gets smaller and smaller. And the big standout this last year was all the CRC, all the color remediation, and usually they use X-rays to like radiate it to get it all down.
Yeah.
And then there's a station now with gamma rays.
Oh, they're even shorter.
Oh my, and more dangerous and more ridiculous, yes. So, although I don't completely love the vibe over at MJ BizCon, it's all the cool, ICANN THC is going to be there. The From the Stash Boys are going to be there. It's going to be fun.
In Vegas?
Yeah.
You're going to Vegas.
I'm going. I'm booked.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll see you December 2nd.
Trash weed and don't want to throw it out. I mean, they got you.
They irradiate it, man.
Yeah.
You make edibles out of it. Anyway,
I just smoke THCP.
Hey, real quick, somebody should do a meme about that one, Grambo.
This one?
No, the other one. This is what people think I do, and then this is what I do, which is probably sitting on a bucket making clones or trimming or something,
I feel like I should know who this guy is, but I have no clue. He looks like Riff Raff.
Is that Ollie G?
It's Ollie G's new character. That's Ollie OG.
Could be, sir. And how about this? Is this the future?
Okay.
I don't even know. Hey, that's Florida for you, man, right there. This guy says, video, drone carrying drugs crashes into loot's home. Suspect arrested after knocking on door.
Oh, my God.
Dude, this guy tried to deliver like meth and fentanyl via drone and then crashed in someone's backyard. And so he knocked and asked if he could get his drone back. And they called the cops. But this is the future right here, man. Drone delivery of weed. Amazon.
Not my drone.
Amazon is going to grab your weed, deliver it right to your weed box.
If that guy showed up on my doorstep, I for sure would.
Oh my God, dude. The future's crazy, right?
It is crazy.
Whoa, man. Whoa.
Dime.
Yes, man. Yes. I don't know, man. For winding down, for laughing a couple memes.
Yeah, there's some good memes out there. I was out of town this weekend. I was at this last weekend. I was at my aunt's place in Des Moines, Iowa, hanging out with my daughter, the little Grambina. And so I contributed. I saw a funny thing. It popped in my head, and I made the first meme for today. It says, will I ever, you guys, I know Banner knows The Simpsons like that. They hook up in the closet. Because, will I ever see you again? He goes, yeah, sure, baby. The next time I need some edibles.
Sure, baby.
Because that's me. You can't pay me to go to the dispense. And now Terp Kyle just gives me edibles. So I don't even have to go anymore.
Oh man, that is the thing that everyone's excited about. Like I said, in Florida, the edibles craze, man.
Well, this one's both sad and adorable at the same time. TGJ comes out with
Kind of sad.
smoking weed makes life bearable.
Hey, is that real or is that VR?
That's horribly photoshopped,
It's a graphic,
but it's adorable.
Oh man.
And I as a comedian, I can't co-sign this one, but we'll show it.
It says marijuana and coffee is my favorite combination, and it's the reason I smoke a lot of weed. Oh, Grambo, you want to buy that joke?
Boo.
You can buy that joke, man. Who said that? Wayne Rigsby?
Was that
Wayne Rigsby?
That was Wayne Rigsby.
Nice, man. Dude, I felt so dumb. I was looking all over, got back from a week gone. I had somebody watching the house for me, got back, it was out of coffee. Looked everywhere, ordered some, went out and bought a coffee, came over, it just looked in the drawer above the coffee maker, and there was coffee.
Yeah, of course there was
coffee. I mean, Jesus. Smart enough, Scotty.
This one's funny. Once again, TJG rocking it. Everyone, once you get close to harvest season, you start getting out that DGC loop and checking the trichomes, be like,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, baby.
And scope your trichomes, people. That's the top of the world right there. I used to harvest on all sorts of shenanigans, like, this 5 of the 4, 4 of the 5 stems snapped in a certain way. It's ready to harvest. I'll never go back.
Yeah, you don't need kidding. Scroll down really. Oh, actually, you might get in trouble, but yeah, you got your canning done. There's your ball jars.
Yeah.
Man, that's enough to sponsor a stadium, huh?
And then Scott didn't know Hide the Pain Herald. But POV, you're the 7-Eleven cashier, and I just put $58 worth of snacks and Gatorade on the counter.
Look how high that guy looks. Damn, the Google picture frame it's relentless. It shows me pictures where I'm like, oh no, I look that high then?
Yes.
Yeah, it's my brother's wedding, man.
Yeah, that was me that night of the edibles here in the bakery. You and Kenny were like, Grandma, you okay? I was like, yeah, man, I feel great.
I love it.
So yeah, thank you, Real DGC. RealDGC.com. Click on groups. You see the meme section. Go contribute over there. We love reading them. It's hilarious.
Yes. Yes. All right, come on, man. I'm going to try to make you laugh. It's Saturday morning, right?
Okay.
First off, it's all right. Go to that one.
This one there.
Come on. This is hilarious. This is a son of billionaire. Says when he goes to the mall, his feet don't touch the ground. And then, Is that not the ultimate troll? I think he's got to be like an Ollie G type of guy.
Okay.
That
It's
is
real.
So no, it's not. That's what I have it under. Is it real? But
They frisked the waiter.
it's oh, this made me laugh though, man.
That is pretty
Carrying him, all right. Come on, if you saw that.
I kind of want to do that. I want to go out one night, just pretend to be royalty and be pretty sick.
Because they have those thrones that they can carry him on.
Yeah.
With like the sticks.
Yeah.
All right.
And what do you got here?
Now, this is just, we're going to do a meanwhile in China.
Okay.
Meanwhile in China.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I don't know why Facebook shows me this. Yeah, it's weird, right?
Yeah,
Meanwhile in America,
We got
Iggy Pop, baby.
wow.
Yeah, these were right next to each other too, man.
This reminds me of the wall.
Yeah. That's weird, right?
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm not taking my shirt off. I'm not taking it up now, let alone at 70. What is 78?
78.
Oh,
Iggy Pop. Leave a comment if you even know who that is.
Whoa.
Younger TZ.
If you even know.
Yes, man, yes. Hey, Grambo, somebody showed me this in Florida. Now I can't unsee it.
Okay.
Where do you look at the Amazon logo? What do you see?
Well, it's a smile from A to Z.
It's a giant penis, man.
Oh boy. That's a Wizinator.
You can't unsee it once somebody says it to you. Yeah, it screwed me up forever now, man. Sorry, DGC.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, speaking of smiles,
Speaking of smiles, have a great weekend, DGC. I think we're about out of here, man. Anybody got any anything else before we go party it up this weekend?
No, man.
No. Yeah, you're ready.
No updates.
You're already gone.
No. It's so nice out, man.
Oh,
Enjoying the fall weather.
absolutely.
well, I would say any Michigan, we alluded to it earlier, any Michigan DGC, we're coming to your neck of the woods, October 30th. We don't have all the specifics just yet, but once we do, it'll be all over on realdgc.com. We hope to see you guys there.
Yeah. All right, Grambo.
They will come out.
Thank you, boys, for holding down the fort with me. We missed the dude, and show's never to say without you, brother. And we'll see you next time. Until then, take her easy.